Hello, welcome to Lazy Entertainment. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Dylan.
We're going to be doing something a little bit different today, per se, as Dylan here has an idea of what he wants to do for this certain video. Would you like to explain what it is?
So yesterday I was taking my friend home from my house, and from our apartment. And oh my god, my glasses are gonna drive me insane. Alright, so I was taking my friend home and I started having a discussion with him because he had never had this fast food place, which we'll get to in a different episode, hopefully. And I was like, well, you have to try this because of A, B, C, D, E. Yeah. And I referenced back to what we're going to be talking about today, and I thought it would be a fun discussion to share my opinion, of which I have no validity, but
discussion.
Hopefully, yeah, discussion, but it's not really going to be much of a discussion. It's more of a lecture, but that sounds really scary. So
don't worry, just you'll see what he's going to go about.
So, I think that it's going to be like a food review or food place review.
Restaurant review, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Food chain of sorts, something like that.
And I think that's important to do because I don't know about you, but I eat a lot of fast food and a lot of food in general.
Too much fast food for me, to be honest.
I am too skinny for how much I eat, but
can attest, yes.
I feel like I have the proper experience to like at least share my viewpoint. And so with that, I'm going to launch into the foundation of the following videos, which is Chick-Fil-A.
Absolutely.
So the reason this is going to be a foundation is because I personally believe that Chick-Fil-A is the objectively best fast food restaurant chain. For a number of reasons, which we'll be discussing shortly.
Okay.
It is with that I consider Chick-fil-A to have a gold star of excellence. Maybe like the gold standard of excellence is Chick-fil-A when it comes to fast food. Like I feel that Chick-fil-A is so important in improving fast food and
in like what you would say, right? Like raising the standard of what fast food should be.
Yeah, and that's so to begin with, there are three main categories for which I'm going to be evaluating Chick-fil-A. Number one is the food, of course. 2 and 3 are kind of intermingle a little bit, but 2 specifically is the environment, which I feel is kind of important if you're eating in. And then 3 is the customer service, which I feel is one of the more important aspects. So, starting with the food, I think the food's fantastic. I think that Chick-fil-A has some of the best chicken sandwiches.
Granted, I mean, they always do have that motto saying, like, the original chicken sandwich, and how they always, like, do it completely different from what other, like, fast food restaurants, food chains, whatever you want to call it, do their chicken patties and chicken nuggets, I guess you would say, in general as well. Like, it just, the texture inside is so much more different, because everything else usually has, like, I wouldn't want to say, like, they're like frozen patties, I guess.
Chick-fil-A feels like fresh almost.
Yes,
or as fresh as you can get with a fast food chain. I think that's something that's important is the chicken sandwiches, and just the food in general, when I eat it, I don't feel like I'm dying on the inside like McDonald's. And
they're hearty and very filling.
Yeah. And something that's nice about Chick-fil-A is, while it doesn't offer a huge amount of variety outside of the chicken, so unfortunately not too much accommodation for vegan or vegetarian.
It has a little bit. I like the salads.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
And I actually am going to reference that. Even if you're not a big fan of chicken sandwiches, their salads are fantastic.
It's amazing, honestly.
Specifically, the Cobb salad with avocado lime ranch. Not a sponsor. And honestly, I feel it's nice because I can go there and I feel safe choosing the different menu items because everything is good. I've probably been there maybe 60 times in the past 2 years that we've had one by us, which is a lot of money. Don't do that. It's a lot. Yeah, I mean, I'd blow it up to maybe 40.
I will say that it is slightly more pricier than other fast food places, but it's definitely worth the bang for your buck.
Yeah, it makes sense why it's a little bit more pricey though, because going with the food a little bit longer, you're getting what you're paying for. You're getting good quality food, And quite frankly, Kevin, I'm not going to speak for you, but in the amount of times I've been there, and I've never encountered anybody that's had a negative food experience there. Like, we're talking, you get your food and it's maybe not cooked well enough, or maybe it tastes like garbage. I know McDonald's has a really big problem with soggy fries, as an example. But
no, I guess, yeah, I mean, I've only maybe had one person tell me that something about their fries being slightly too, they feel like they taste super artificial, apparently. And I won't mention who it was, I do know the name, but that's what they specifically said, was that their waffle fries were slightly too artificial for what they were. And I say, oh, come on, that's just probably a one-time thing. And I'm sure that the next time you get it in like a week or two, it's going to be completely different again. And it's fine, because sometimes that's just what restaurants do. We sometimes have items that just so happen to be like yesterday's leftovers or something like that. And you just have to get rid of it in some ways. And unfortunately, sometimes it just goes out to be sold at without even knowing. So that's what it is. But overall, yeah, no other bad experiences.
Yeah, I mean, none. Okay, I take back my statement. With the exception of that one experience that I've honestly never heard. Not to say that that doesn't happen, because of course it's liable to happen. Humans
it's not perfect
are
world.
humans.
It's not a perfect world.
Yeah.
That's what we are. You know?
And just overall, the food's really good, and you are getting what you're paying for. On the next thing is the environment. So I'm sure to some extent most people have had the experience of going to like McDonald's or Burger King and hearing the screams of children tackling other children in like the
little playground.
Yeah, the playground area. And I feel like I go to McDonald's, I go to every other place basically, and I always run into these really weird people. And nothing against them, they're just weird.
They're just a little out there compared to what we normally imagine to be like, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, I've watched people like yell at employees, and I get very angry at this. I get in shouting matches with customers even though I don't work there. But when I go to like Chick-Fil-A and I go inside, which has been a few times, it's everything is clean, everything's fresh. It's a nice environment because there aren't people yelling like degenerates. And everybody's just kind of relaxing, having a nice time, and it's peaceful. And that's kind of weird for some fast food places. At least in my experience around here, there's been a lot of loudness. And
I do feel like it's because McDonald's and Burger King do sort of market a little bit to like aim for kids and the Happy Meals and stuff. Maybe that's probably why you would have a bunch of kids go there, and then of course to get rowdy, have fun, maybe get a little bit energetic from like the soda and stuff, because that's mostly what would happen.
Yeah,
so
I mean, that makes sense. And something else that I think is really important for the environment, which I think is really also kind of weird, is at Chick-fil-A, they'll bring the food to you a lot of times. Yeah. They will offer refills, they'll offer different sauces, they'll come by, make sure everything's okay with your meal. And that's why I say the customer service kind of intermingles in this area.
It's kind of like a diner, if you think of it.
Yeah, honestly, it does feel like a diner.
Fast food edition.
Yeah. And so that I feel like the environment's important. Would I say it's as important as customer service or food? No, not by any means. But it's still like a nice thing to have.
Nice little touch up on the customer service that they so generously like put a lot of work into.
Yes, and that is leading into the final of the 3 points, which is customer service. I try and give people the benefit of the doubt, so I don't normally like get angry when fast food employers are rude to me, but I've never even had to consider it, because every time I go to Chick-fil-A, which I've also noticed that with Chick-fil-A, since they ask for names, I've seen a lot more fast food places asking for names lately over the past year or two. At least that's just in our area, so I'm sure that's more of a regional thing. But with Chick-fil-A, they're always kind, they're upbeat, and they seem like they're genuinely happy to be there. Now, is that the case? Maybe not. Everybody has bad days at work. But I think a big proponent of that is they're not underworked. There's normally a significant amount of people there, enough to where everyone can successfully do their job without a huge stressful environment.
It's always bustling in the kitchen, the registers, the drive-through.
But if you notice, there's normally at least double the people than most other fast food places.
Yeah, because it's always packed, and they're just keeping like the circle going and stuff. And it's like, it's necessary if you're going to keep up that sort of level of excellence that Chick-fil-A normally offers.
I've never had a mistake with my meal. Not to say that is, but I feel if there was, that they'd be happy to remedy it. I've been offered coupons going through. I've been offered
a free medium drink maybe or something like that.
All kinds of just stuff randomly. They're just very kind, and I feel when I go there that I actually matter as a consumer. Well, I'm not getting into existentialism as I probably don't, but it's still a nice thought to have. And with that, something that I do want to bring up, when Chick-fil-A moved in by where we live,
relatively recently too.
Yeah, like it was like 2.5 years ago or whatever, and I went with my friend Traven. And while there was a very large line because it just opened up, opening weekend.
Oh boy!
And Chick-fil-A is delicious, as I've said. And as we were in line, they have 2 separate checkout drive-through. Yeah, 2 lanes in the drive-through, but they also had multiple associates outside. It was a nice day. It was nothing crazy.
Wasn't it in sweltering heat though?
No, it wasn't. At least that opening weekend. I can't speak for anything else.
Okay.
But when we went that opening weekend, it was a really nice day. They came up, they offered menus, they offered to pay with an iPad, so our food was basically ready by the time we got up there. And they offered free cookies, they offered free drinks, they offered small samples of various items. Honestly,
if you want small.
It's the best grand opening I've ever seen. It was they really were on top of things. And I also know they gave a bunch of gift cards and coupons out.
Yes.
Now, a controversy that does kind of come with Chick-fil-A that I hear all the time and it drives me insane is when people say that Chick-fil-A is homophobic. Now,
I don't think I've ever heard anything.
No, I hear it all the time when I'm at college. If I mention Chick-fil-A, they'll be like, "Oh, well, isn't Chick-fil-A homophobic?" No. What? So what happened is a few years ago, there was an incident, I believe in New York, where a manager chose to not allow, I think it was I don't remember what gender, but essentially a homosexual couple from eating in the Chick-fil-A. That does not, and people kind of took that, and it was a big controversy. People kind of took that to mean
as like a whole
that
general
the company believed that as a whole. When the company, last I saw, has stated multiple times that they don't have any affiliation with that, while they are a Christian company and give Sundays off, which I'm sure also is really nice.
One day off? Oh man, that's great.
I mean, like a constant day off is nice.
Yeah.
But I feel like people kind of just take Chick-fil-A as a villain when that's really not the case. They've said that they don't have any affiliation one way or another. That's fine.
Wouldn't you consider that to be like a franchisee's like problem being like so that instead of the franchise as a whole?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is it was really just that one person who was a colossal jerk, for lack of better words, and people kind of just took that to mean the entire company, and that's really just not the case.
Exactly.
So it makes me upset when people kind of attack Chick-fil-A over that.
Yeah, especially with all the things that they do. It's like just apparently one small incident like that. Of course, we're not belittling it or anything. It's just that
it was an important incident. However, it doesn't represent the franchise as a whole, unless there's some secret backdoor stuff that I haven't seen. But to my knowledge, that's not the case.
Insert Illuminati.
So that's the general topic. Chick-fil-A, gold star of excellence in my book. I think it's the objectively best place. However, my favorite fast food place to talk about. And maybe we'll have a video on that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see how this one goes.
So, we hope that you have enjoyed this little bit of discussion with good old Dill right here. So go ahead and leave a like down below, comment as well what you thought about this, and leave your thoughts on what you think of Chick-fil-A, and subscribe to the channel for more entertainment like this.
And as always, don't forget to stay lazy.
Bye-bye!
I had this right in front of me the entire time. I completely forgot to drink.
You did not drink once, I saw. I drank 4 times doing this.